Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to the episode number 5 of Digital Marketing Daily Digest. My name is Casey. Thank you so much for staying tuned to my channel and absorbing all the updates that I've been sharing with you. You guys are the only reason I stay motivated to get these updates from all around the world. So let's see what we have in store today and let's get started. What are we waiting for? I hope all of us understand the importance of voice and how important voice have become in the recent past. Now, you don't need me to say that. I mean, you look around, you see what's happening, and you realize that a lot of people have been investing their time, effort, and money when it comes to the smart speakers that I've been buying. It could be Alexa, it could be Google Home, it could be any of these smart speakers that we're talking about. Now, a recent study states that about 32% of the people have already bought these smart speakers, and they're engaging in about 71% voice commands in whatever they do. Now, that's no exaggeration for us to say that voice has become the future. Now, not just that, now voice shopping has been on the rise. Now, if you're wondering what voice shopping is, we are already living in a world of OK Google, Hey Siri, OK Alexa, Hey Alexa. Now, we're already living in a world filled with that. Now, we are not very far away when it comes to saying, hey Alexa, add these new pair of jeans to my shopping list. Or, hey Alexa, add this guitar to my shopping list. Now, shopping, because thanks to Amazon and the likes, that they have redefined the way we shop things in our daily lives. And voice shopping seems even more interesting because you don't even need to click the button and say that I want to order these. Now you can just say, hey Alexa, I need these. And those will be automatically added to your shopping list and order placed with Amazon, and your delivery reaches with you the next day or the same day for that matter. So voice shopping is on the rise, folks. It is not an exaggeration when we say voice has become the face of digital marketing. Voice has become the face of digital marketing. Doesn't that sound cool? Snapchat has been doing a lot of interesting things these days. Now, the last update that we had about Snapchat were the fancy looking Snap glasses that we spoke about. Now, the next thing Snapchat is working upon, or the reason that Snapchat is in news recently, is because they're working on improvising their ad platforms, and they're very, very interested in letting the advertisers or potential advertisers know how you can benefit from the Snapchat ad platform. And they are conducting a lot of webinars or live sessions when it comes to helping people understand how to experiment with these platforms and get the most out of them. Now, there are 2 webinars which are scheduled. One of them is going to be on the September 19th, and the second one is going to be around September 27th. The second one is going to be more focused around e-commerce and how you can use Snapchat ad platform to get the most out of e-commerce. And these are really, really interesting webinars, and a lot of digital marketers are already looking forward for them. And Snapchat is trying to make a dent in their whole space by trying to let advertisers hop on to the advertising platform that Snapchat is offering. So stay tuned, September 19th, September 27th. Do not miss the webinars. Amazon ready to take over Google and Facebook ads was the last headline that I mentioned in one of my episodes. Now, it was quite bold a statement to make, but come to think of it, isn't it true considering what Amazon did today? What did Amazon do today? Amazon has launched a new attribution model to their ad platform. For people who do not understand what attribution model is, it is as simple as this. When somebody clicks on your ad and comes to your website and purchases something, in case we're talking about an e-commerce example, somebody clicked on your ad, came to your website, they made a purchase. Now, did they do it for the first time? Did the first click result in the purchase? Or did they click on it earlier? Did they come back again and then they purchased? So did the first click result in the conversion or the last click result in the conversion? Where would you attribute this conversion to? Would you attribute it to the first click or the last click? Now, this is what attribution speaks about. And if you really are into the, belong to the e-commerce space, and if you really do a lot of stuff on the e-commerce domain, you would already understand the importance of this. So it is very important to understand whether people are converting on the first click or the last click, or is it going to be a linear progression. Now, this is more than enough for me to say that Amazon is really speeding up the game, and they have the foot on the accelerator, and they are just not going to give up. And if you really want to be successful in this space, there is something called as beginner's advantage, and just jump onto the bandwagon, see what Amazon Ads has already in store for you. If possible, experiment it with 1 or 2 campaigns, and you don't want to lose out on the you don't want to lose out on the beginner's luck. So get there, get those updates, and start learning how the Amazon space works. Twitter, the microblogging platform, has 2 of the most interesting updates today. Now, Twitter has, as you already know, has been experimenting with their web platform, or the web version of Twitter. Now, I've told you in the last episode that they're experimenting with something called as a bookmark option, which is already available in the mobile app, so no surprises there. Now, they would want to experiment with the desktop version of Twitter and see how things go from there. Now, apart from that, they're also doing a night mode, and they're also working on something which is called as Twitter Lite. I think we already discussed about this, where it is called as Twitter Data Saver, where you could save a lot of data, or mobile data, when it comes to accessing Twitter. So with a minimal usage of your internet, how could you access Twitter on desktop, is what this talks about. Now, while this is one of the big updates, there is another very, very, very interesting update that I found from 2 giants, Reddit and Twitter. Now, Reddit has announced an auto-publish feature to Twitter of all the posts that you make on Reddit. Of course, this is an opt-in. You really can opt out if you don't want to. So anything that you post on Reddit, which is the front page of the internet as it's called, now it will automatically be published onto your Twitter profile. Now, this is a fantastic feature as long as you promote, or as long as you discuss, write, talk about stuff which is meaningful and which is helpful, which makes a lot of sense. But think about a lot of unwanted conversations, silly conversations that happen on Reddit. I'm not being a judge, I'm just saying that stuff happens. All this stuff happens on Reddit. Now, if you really are concerned about how this is going to help by auto-posting whatever I post on Reddit into Twitter, you can just opt out. I mean, if you think that this is only going to result in a lot of dump or junk which Twitter wouldn't really appreciate, then just opt out of the auto-publish feature, and it goes as smooth as that. Instagram, apart from the recent super zoom effects and the ads in Instagram stories that we spoke about recently, Instagram is in news for setting up a website for parents, or setting up a web page for parents. This is not like an update which got released today, but it happened a couple of days ago. Now, in the wellness program, or in the internet well-being program, as a part of that, Instagram has launched a page, or a web page, for parents to understand how the platform works, how to use that platform effectively, and how do you keep in mind kids' safety, and how do you monitor how much time your kids are spending on Instagram. It goes out to speak about the best practices on Instagram, to managing time effectively on Instagram, and how they can safeguard their children, and how they can ensure that then they're not getting distracted or anything of that sort. Now, if this page is accessible, I mean, just go to Google and say Instagram wellness program or well-being program. You should be able to see the website, and they've launched that website. Well, it's an amazing feeling to know that a feature that you discussed a week ago is finally launched on Instagram. Now, it gives me a lot of happiness. I mean, I said something was going to be launched as a part of Digital Marketing Update, and it's launched, and it's really cool. Now, you might be wondering, what am I talking about? Or is it that I'm high on something? No, I'm not high on something. I'm really talking about something called as Insta Novels. When New York Public Library announced that they would be introducing a couple of classics, starting with Alice in Wonderland, onto Instagram Stories. Now, Instagram Stories was a feature which was launched where people upload something as a part of their Instagram Stories, and they were supposed to disappear in 24 hours. Now, imagine what could happen if somebody uploads a novel onto Instagram Stories and it gets finished in it disappears in 24 hours. That wouldn't make sense, right? So now what would happen is Insta Novels is not just available to people in New York, it's available to all Instagram users, and you could access some of these classics through Instagram Stories, where you could read these novels on Instagram as a part of the Insta Novels initiative. Now, you might be wondering what would happen if somebody uploads this classic as a story, and what would happen if it disappears in 24 hours. So you would still find it in Instagram Highlights, which is the similar one, but at the bottom of your Instagram profile, and you can access this as whenever you want. And welcome to Insta Novels. Now you can start reading on Instagram. More reasons for us to spend time on Instagram. A recent feature that I just checked a couple of minutes ago was, rather seconds ago, was Instagram is introducing a video tagging feature, which not just for pictures. Now earlier we had this feature where you could tag some people on the pictures that you have posted on Instagram. Now you could also tag people on the videos that you have posted. Now when you post a video and say next, it would say people in the video, and you could tag all your Instagram friends or Instagram followers, and you could tag them. That's how it works. Another feature that I would want to talk about is the shortcuts for emoticons, or the emoji shortcuts that Instagram recently launched, is also available for Android going forward. That's about Instagram for today. The next update that we have today is from LinkedIn. And I have two updates from LinkedIn today. One of them being LinkedIn is really experimenting with LinkedIn groups, and they are making it much more convenient, much more comfortable, and much more accessible than before. They're trying to introduce easy ways to access groups, and letting you come with notifications, or letting those notifications reach your phones when there is an update, like how Facebook does. LinkedIn has been trying to do the same thing for their groups, which is an amazing feature because it was not as effective as it should have been, and it is not as easy to handle as Facebook groups. Now they're trying to merge that gap and make it better, with many more updates lined up in the next couple of days. The next update that we have is LinkedIn is launching something called as dynamic ads, which means content would automatically be customized according to the profile of the users which your ads are shown to. Now there were a lot of times, not just me, you would have also experienced the same thing, where you thought, now LinkedIn is showing you ads which has nothing to do with you. I mean, why would I see an ad for industrial equipment when I don't have anything to do with any industrial sector, right? Now, to avoid that, what LinkedIn has been experimenting with is something called as dynamic ads. They're out now. You can start creating them. The content of the ad will automatically be customized depending upon the profile of the audience the ad is showing to. Now, that information will be picked up from the profile of the audience, which is publicly accessible, which the user has shared with LinkedIn to be shown to public or as public. Now that information will be taken, and the ads will be customized according to the audience. And welcome to LinkedIn Dynamic Ads. Your plan, your planet. How cool does that sound? Now Google has come up with a new tool which is called as Touring Bird, which lets you plan your travel, plan your tours, travels, activities, any adventure that you would want to take up with. Now there's nothing new, right? You might be wondering what is new in that. I mean, everybody does that, and Google anyways give me the information for all these things. Now imagine planning your entire travel from just one tool. Now it could be travel, it could be a hotel, it could be an adventure activity. You would want to research things from multiple vendors and then finalize upon someone. Now how about having all of these things executed from one place, which is Google's Touring Bird? Now the caption is, it says your plan and your planet, and I found it really cool. And it is a very big problem considering the holiday season is here, and everybody trying to push their services onto you. Book the tickets here, book the adventure with me. We are one of the great travel providers. Now you get confused, you get tired of going to all these places online and trying to figure out things and put it all together. Now we don't have to do that. It is all available in Google Touring Bird. And this project is a result of the employees project, or you know how Google encourages its employees to come up with their pet projects or to work on their own ideas. It's a result of one of the employees. Now, as I always keep telling you, the most advantageous people in the digital marketing sphere is users, because everybody fights to give you the best thing so that they be in business, so you get benefited out of all this competition that people have, or companies have rather. Alright, the final set of updates that we have today is from Facebook. Now Facebook is avoiding all the pitfalls that YouTube had faced in their glamorous journey of where YouTube has reached today. So what do I mean by that? This is what I mean. Now YouTube was the first biggest video platform that the world has ever seen, where it had everything. It had ads, it had a lot of content being uploaded, it has the quantity, quality, it had the channels, it had the dedication, it had the people's attention, it had everything. Now, Facebook is trying to look at YouTube's story and try to avoid all the pitfalls that YouTube had faced, especially when it comes to running ads. Now, Facebook is trying to avoid any brand controversies, or they're trying to provide. Before I do this, I have to give you some context as to why I'm talking about this. Facebook Watch, which is globally launched, is welcoming ads onto their videos, which means when you're watching videos on Facebook, expect to see in-stream videos in these in-stream ads or video ads while you're watching these videos. Now, when that goes on, now there are some places or there are some areas, there are some videos where people or brands are not going to be okay with their ads being placed. YouTube is trying to better this game by giving a set of tools to all these brands where brand safety will be ensured and there would not be any confusion, collision, or there would not be any distaste for these brand owners. So it is going to launch a new set of tools to give these brand owners or to ensure brand safety. That's one. Right, so as I said, now in-stream video ads will be shown on Facebook Watch videos, and it would be launched throughout the globe at this point in time as we speak. Was that good? Was that good? All right. The second piece of update that I have about Facebook is Facebook Stories have been experimenting with ads just like how Instagram Stories was doing it. Now, it is very funny when we talk about Facebook and Instagram as two different companies, because both of them are the same. Now, Facebook Stories will also start showcasing ads, and it has been in beta from May 2018, and it's been a long time that they've been experimenting this. And one interesting finding that advertisers observed was they observed very, very low CPMs while they tried showing their ads on Facebook in Facebook Stories, which means it's a very, very interesting concept, and you should start capitalizing at this moment, because especially because the CPMs are low, you could get the maximum exposure for your ads while you actually end up paying less. Now, this is going to be another interesting update, which let's see how many advertisers capitalize on this. Now, Facebook is really getting better at this game, and they just don't seem to be giving up anyway. The final piece of update that I have today is from WhatsApp. WhatsApp has got about 3 unique updates today. Now, 3 of them are let me start with the Indian specific update, which is WhatsApp has been in talks with Make My Trip, a leading travel service provider. And what they would be doing is they would be giving us information about the Indian railways, Indian train system, arrivals, departures of trains, or the status of these trains. There is another app currently in India which is doing it, which is called as Trainman, which is pretty good. I like the app, and they have been doing a pretty consistent job of managing and reporting how the Indian railways timings and schedules are concerned. Now, WhatsApp has merged with Make My Trip on this one, and they're trying to give you these updates. The second thing that I have is WhatsApp group admins will see special features or powers which did not exist before for all of them. There were certain beta accounts where this was being tested. Now, if you are a group admin on WhatsApp, you will have the functionality to decide which of your group members can respond, which of some of the group members, if you don't want them to respond, you can just disable messaging for them in this group. Now, that's the feature that is going to be launched. The third interesting feature that I had about WhatsApp was, I forgot. Let me think. Feature I had about WhatsApp. Come on. Yes. And if you are a WhatsApp user and if you use WhatsApp day in, day out, like my business, 70% of my business happens on WhatsApp. Right from my trainings to right from my updates to right from my collabs, everything happens on WhatsApp. Now, if for me, it was always a pain point when I find a new contact that I wanted to send a WhatsApp text to, it is mandatory for me to add him as a contact or her as a contact before I respond. Now, WhatsApp is finally getting away with it. You don't have to add somebody as a contact when you actually want to WhatsApp, send them a text on WhatsApp. Now, it seems like an advantage, but think about it, it could actually be a disadvantage, because in this psyched environment where you end up messaging everybody, a lot of people on WhatsApp every day, when WhatsApp made it mandatory for you to save it as a contact, you at least know this contact information is with you. You have not misused it, you have not missed it. Now, if WhatsApp lets me message people without saving, Now there will be a lot of unsaved numbers, especially when people are as lazy as I am. Now you don't save anything. Now you will see a list of random contact numbers, and you would have to check if this was the person that I wanted to actually text to. I hope you know that makes sense. Now that's about it from today in the episode number 5. Thank you so much for being patient with me all the while, and stay tuned for the episode number 6 tomorrow. And if you have any questions, any comments, any feedback, you know I take them very, very seriously, because I really want to give you an interesting experience as far as this channel goes. Any questions, any concerns, any complaints, anything that you do not like in specific, please comment, and I would take them very seriously. And if you still haven't subscribed to this channel, it's high time. Subscribe to this channel, spread the love, share some love, show me some love, and please subscribe to the channel if you have not already. Thank you so much for staying tuned, and this is Casey, and see you soon as always. Cheers guys. Bye.